Welcome to part 13 of building my own Fallout game in divided Berlin, where we are having a bridge episode. Quite literally. While a lot is being cooked behind the scenes, also quite literally, we start directly with the building of the Liebknecht Bridge that leads onto the Museum Island and the Lust Garden. Yes, I know it sounds sus, but that's really the name. Why don't you meet the town of, yeah. This bridge, also formerly known as the Cavalier Bridge, was built originally in the late 17th century, but the version I'm trying to replicate here is the one you can also see today, which was built between 1949 to 1950 after it got destroyed in World War II. It is named after the German socialist revolutionary Karl Paul August Friedrich Liebknecht, who was the leader of the far-left-wing Social Democratic Party of Germany and the co-founder of both the Spartacus League and the Communist Party, along with the infamous Rosa Luxemburg. Yeah, the one who infamously criticized Lenin quite often for being unnecessarily harsh just to die before she could even see how harsh it would be. Anyways, back to the bridge, though I had to find a railing of the Spree River Quay that also works for the stairs, which hence requires an angled version. That was harder to find, but even way harder to adjust, as a lot of the assets in Fallout 4 obviously were made by different people and therefore have different orientations. After that, it was time to place down our snow decals, since Fallout Iron Curtain is supposed to stage in a nuclear winter. I don't have the 3D models yet for angled tunnels, which hence leaves this bridge sadly unfinished, as it has two little tunnels on each side that therefore require some additional external intervention. For now, however, the Liebknecht Bridge is done, and we can put our focus onto other things. With other things, I obviously mean another bridge. For that, I first had to prepare this street as it makes a little bend, before the Schloßbridge leads us over the second Spree channel towards the Unter den Linden Street to the Brandenburg Gate and the Reichstag. Built by Karl Friedrich Schinkel between 1821 and 1824, it is quite an intricate piece with so many special statues and decor that replicating that would just simply exceed the responsible limits for new models and invested time. Most bridges often get sabotaged by enemy aerial bombs or uprising rebels to avoid resupply or advance of troops, so we will also destroy this one quite a bit. What I still did for the recognition factor is replicating the plinths of the statues to some degree that also form the main pillars of that bridge. Instead of 4 on each side, I planned for only 3, as building the gigantic mega metropolis of Berlin in 1:1 scale would be absolutely ludicrous. Replicating the railing would be just as insane, as those are also extremely detailed without a repeatable pattern, so we use very generic railing for now until we find better solutions. Because currently the goal is to build a strip towards the Brandenburg Gate to investigate what 3D assets we still need before I open up that level design department properly. They cannot build everything without the required assets, and we still need plenty. So, a lot of the stuff you see me build is certainly not perfect for that very reason. But then I know Germans are a hard crowd to please with all their perfectionism. Why do you think I operate internationally on English? Anyways, for the Schloßbridge, I decided to do something wild. Since this bridge has arches, I decided to make one arch that's only partially destroyed and hence is not fully closed. I found that a nice little level design idea to practice and check for future reference whether these type of things would also require some extra 3D work or if there's a doable solution with what we already have at hand. However, as you can see, it was no issue at all, and I could build the Schloßbridge entirely from in-game assets too. Whether it's really accurate with the fencing is of course the other question, but then if we go that far, we'll have way more 3D models and textures than we really can handle. I mean, we barely can handle it right now already with a skeleton crew of 4 people.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
Building ruins always takes way longer than intact versions due to the simple fact that they often expose way more details. Of course, for this bridge, it most likely is still faster building it as a ruin because you have a total of 8 different statues that would require modeling and texturing and optimization together with the railing on each side. But since it makes sense by story that this one is broken down, I inserted the broken brick walls many times in various ways to make it look proper. Just like Lego building, you sometimes have to think outside the box to reutilize the bricks. It was that time then where I had to build this quay too that sits significantly higher than the previous one. Once that was done, I could finally add the snow for our nuclear winter vibes, and this summarizes for now the bridges that we have so far. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you liked this little filler episode, and special thanks to my Ko-fi tippers. Feel free to guess in the comments below what I have planned for next week, and I see you all then another time, another day. You know how it is.
Outtakes!
Was built originally in the late 17th. Yeah, the 17th. Wow, maybe the sentient century. Haha.